Hello, this is Kev, and this is Black Man Being Brutally Honest, and thank you for clicking on this video. You won't regret it, I think. But anyway, if you haven't, go below this screen, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and hit the notification bell. And let's get to it. Okay, you see the question on the screen, and you see the answer, so let's get into this and why I think that we might be possibly in a state of
whole doctrination.
I mean, I had to ask myself, what does one like Megan Thee Stallion and the messages she sends throughout her music and her public image has done to receive commendation from government officials? It's so puzzling to me. I mean, think about it. In one of her first songs, one of the lines is, "If you want something to eat, then the pussy is the kitchen." Okay, so pictured here in her Dominican lip style outfit is Megan Thee Stallion, and that's that's the way she appeared in her music video Body, which is much desired by the ears of music listeners everywhere. But it shows me by a government official writing a letter, an elected government official writing a letter to a thought rapper, commending her for bringing attention to, quote unquote, the plight of black women. Okay, I just want to read some of this letter to give you an idea of the things in this culture that people are saying that, oh my God, this is about to come. No, this stuff was already here. It's been here. And this is why we're talking about it, to try to diffuse the damage that it can do, or the basic annoyances that they cause. So what I'm about to read is extremely divisive, and I'm gonna tell you why it's divisive. It reads, and I'm gonna push back as I read on some of this stuff. She says, "Dear Megan, I read the op-ed you wrote that appeared in the New York Times recently, and I can't thank you enough for bringing much needed attention to the plight of black women, not just here in the United States, but everywhere." Okay, so when I read it, I started to think to myself, is it really that bad? And honestly, what I like to do is, if there's a plight for any group of black people, is a plight for black people, meaning that is black men have our struggles, black women have their struggles, and black children have their struggles. But with these women and these little intersectional feminists, why is the focus never the children? Why is it always grown ass women who make fools of themselves in public? But I'll continue to read it. She said, "You are so right that black women have paved the way and have done so much by leading with courage and bravery. There is also a notion, which you touched upon, that we as black women have the ability to bear a heavier burden than everyone else in this society." Really? Okay, what are you talking about? You can bear the burden of that is heavier than everyone else in this society. That's why black women go on media campaigns and to push narratives that are completely focused on destroying the black man and the black family. So really, how's that leading? There's no way to lead by destruction. I mean, we all know this. So let me continue to read this. That notion contributes to the lack of care and attention to the issues that specifically affect us. What issue are you talking about? Being behavior checked every time you mess up in front of people in public? This is what I'm talking about here. they care more about their public image than actually making things better for the black community, and they chalk it up to this framing of victimhood. Yeah, now remember, Maxine Waters is the woman that said that she's not going to forgive black men for voting for Trump. Like, come on now, for real. What about the black women that voted for Trump? So that's where I guess that little the plight of black women, not just here in the United States, but all over the world, comes from. Um, and here's a shit kicker right here, and this is where most of us will stop reading. While we are too often overlooked. How are you overlooked? You got elected. Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B, yeah, that like all these women right now, Oprah. Black women aren't overlooked at all. At all. You got these black girl magic programs, these black girl rock programs. Black women getting recognition all over the place. So how are you overlooked? The problem is that the majority of BWs are embarrassing themselves, and the reason why they push these narratives so hard is because black men are taking exception to them. Okay, but here's the funniest part right here. And it reads, I continue, black women are a glue for our families and communities, and a crucial part of the fabric of this country. We see that in your career and your tremendous success, despite the obstacles that have come your way. Let me read that again. Black women, okay, she said black women are a glue for our families and communities, and are a crucial part of the fabric in this country. But, okay, some black women are the glue in their families, but, I don't understand what the logic is if you want to look at that from a broad spectrum, because how come there are so many single mothers and there's so much pushback from the mainstream media that people like Maxine Waters accepts and what she co-signs with that are against the black nuclear family and the black father leading the families? The only thing they can say is about black fathers leading the family is black fathers leading the family, but they don't, people like Maxine Waters and Megan Thee Stallion don't want to implement those things. They don't want to implement those things or push those narratives. So it's on black men to take it back. But how in the fuck do you see any of that positive shit in Megan Thee Stallion's career? Fancy me that. Because she went on a victimhood campaign, a self-victimization campaign, where she was a provocateur of the debauchery. Cause like a lot of them are provocateurs anyway, and they go to that woman card or that I'm a woman, a black woman card to make excuses for their spontaneous, horrible, ratchet behavior. That ain't women's rights at all. Period. No, these is just more things happening to push the narrative that there should be a gynocracy in place for the black community. Saying such things as women are the glue that hold the community together is a flat out outright lie. And they know it. But, as long as it gains them favor with the quote unquote ruling class, then the destruction of the black family and the black man is just a small formality for power. And Maxine Waters really should be ashamed of herself using her platform to do that. And speaking of used, Billboard actually they gave Cardi B the Billboard Woman of the Year award. And I'm sitting up here like, for what? For WAP? But here's the thing. They used Breonna Taylor's mother, and I do mean used, to give it to her. Now, I'm not here to disrespect Tamika Palmer at all. I mean, she might be on that matriarchal stuff too. Who knows? But like, this is kind of random right here. I mean, really, honestly, in 2020, think about it. What has Cardi B done to receive such so-called adulation, to become the woman of the year in anything? Okay, let's review. She confessed to drugging and raping men. She made WAP. Um, I get it. It's because she was on a conference call with Joe Biden, the then presidential candidate, now president elect, who said if you have a problem with voting between me and him or Trump, then you ain't black. What for coming out talking about I'm about to divorce Offset and then go right back to him, for gaining social media attention. What and why is Cardi B so deserved of a Woman of the Year award? I mean, just pick out something. Like, it's confusing to me, but look on that screen. That's why. It's something as silly and as basic as that. And they use Breonna Taylor's mother, Breonna Taylor, a victim of police brutality, as a way to just say, Cardi B, thank you, because you did this for all women. And it's just is sickening at this point. It's we have this problem right now, that we are picking the worst of people to commend. I mean, it's like good is bad and bad is good. Now, if you're a believer in spirituality, that it says this is how this will be in the last days. But it is a trip that everything in our culture right now always kind of circles back to these two. And if this is what women's rights looks like today, then we have pretty much lost our dignity, period. Or they lost their dignity, But what all of this really is just more indoctrination into a culture that is destructive for one target group. And we all know what this is. We've had this discussion time and time again, and honestly, I would say black women should be aware of this too, because they're picking these people to represent you, and you're going for it hook, line, and sinker. And I was thinking black men notice this. So I'll just leave you with that. We as a people need to stop getting pulled into their shit. Remember, they don't want you to win. And I'll just leave it at that. Long live the habitual line steppers, and Kev, we trust.